Hello, my name is Pankaj. Today we are going to learn how to start AlignBooks, how we can register into the AlignBooks. So first of all, we need to visit to the alignbooks.com, AlignBooks.com. This is alignbooks.com. On top right side, you can see sign up option is there. So first we need to click on the register. So once I will click on the register, we will get one new form. Here we need to put the basic information of the contact person. So for an example, I'm just putting my name, email ID. Remember this thing, on this email ID, we are going to receive one uh, authentication mail, like verification mail. So once we will verify, then we can start using the line books. Here we can put the mobile number. We can also capture the password. Initially, whatever password you want to put, you can put it. Later on, if you want, so AlignBooks is also having a provision. If you want, you can change your password also. Here we can choose the firm type. So either if your organization registered as a private limited, so you can choose limited or private limited or LLP, or else partnership, proprietorship, or others. So what is the significance of this? Basically, if you are choosing this type of firm type, so accordingly, system will generate a default chart of account. So for an example, I'm just choosing private limited. And don't worry about this thing. If you have chosen or if you have selected wrong option, so there is no issue. Later on also, we have a option, we can modify or we can add a new chart of account also. Here we can choose the business type. So as we all are aware that AlignBooks is having a multiple facility where we are offering our services. So these are the industries where we can manage this application. So as of now, I'm just choosing trading business. Here we can also select the demo times. So according to your convenience, you can select the demo date and time slot also. Here you don't need to put anything. This is for partners. Now you need to checkbox here and you need to click on the submit button. So once you will click on the submit button, you will get one verification mail. So I have my open email ID here. So now see, I have got a subscription verification mail. So once I will click here, this is the mail. I need to click on the accept now. So once I will click on accept, so system will redirect on the login page. Or else what we can do, we can just go to the alignbooks.com again. And now instead of sign up, we can click on the alignbooks online. So the email ID which we have entered earlier, now that email ID will become my user ID. And the password which I have entered during the registration, the same password I need to enter here. Now from this window also we have a multiple provision. As I already mentioned, if you want to change the password or if you forgot the password, so you can choose this option. If you want to use align books in multiple language, you can use uh, your selected language. So I'm just choosing English. And from here itself, if you want to create a new account, you can also create a new account. And if you want to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube for daily updates, so you can also follow us from here also itself. Now this is remember. If I'm just going to select remember, so next time onwards, I don't need to put the user ID and password again and again. So my user ID and password will automatically save. So now after putting the user ID and password, This will be a software interface. So let me start from the beginning. So this is the dashboard. On top right side, this is a Linebooks logo. If you are going to click here, so system will give you the license validity, like when your license is going to be expired. So as this is a trial version, so we are providing a 15 days trial. How many users I am getting in trial version? 5. SMS is 0. If you want, we can take a subscription from here itself. If you want, we can take a uh, uh, SMS from here itself. So this is the subscription information. We can get it from here. Now this window, if you want to hide the bar menu of modules, so you can use these things. From here itself, you can change the financial year. So as of now, I am in this financial year, and if I want to move to the previous financial year, so we can choose this one, and accordingly, system will move to the previous financial year or current financial year. This is your company information. So as of now, I am in this company. If I want to create a new company, so we can choose create company option. Now few more buttons are also there. So for an example, this is the quick menu. So AlignBooks is also offering a quick sub modules. So this is, for example, if you don't want to go to the module, so from quick menu you can create a customer, you can create a masters of product, you can generate a sales order, you can generate a sales invoice. So these are the quick menu options. Along with this, we are also having one unique feature, that is a quick link page. So this is you can say we can say that this is the shortcuts. So for an example, if I want to open a purchase order, so I need to just click on 16. So once I will type 16, so automatically purchase order form will open. Same thing if you want to know, if you want to know that how we can create an estimate. So if you are just going to click one, so automatically estimate form will automatically open. Now I'm moving to the right side. So this is the refresh button. From here itself, we can notify to the internal employee. So if I want to send a notification to this user, so I'm just going to type it here and add. So automatically one notification will send from this user to this user. This is a favorite. If I want to add any report or any transactions type, so I can add to the favorite also. So for an example, if I want to add a trial balance in favorite, so what I need to do, just need to click on the add favorite. So automatically this is the trial balance added into the favorite. This is also one of the unique thing, search option. If I want to search any transaction type between specific period or specific amount, so automatically I can just put type, and automatically system will redirect you to the voucher. This is the control panel. This is the configuration of software. We can configure this application as per the requirement. But before moving to the configuration, let me just brief you about the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. So from the dashboard itself, we can get the complete analysis. Like we can see the complete sales, complete purchases, complete receivable, payables, current status of cash in bank, top six product which we have sold in last 30 days, 6 month direct expenses, 6 month operational expenses, cash inflow and outflow, top six group or brand wise product which we have sold in last 6 months, top six profit making product, and few more dashboard like Amazon dashboard, Shopify dashboard, Paytm and Razorpay dashboard. Later on, we will uh, take this thing like how we are going to integrate, how we are going to use the this application to the marketplace. On right side, quick banking provision is there. Receivable provision is also available with us. For an example, if you want to send a reminder to the customer, so that mechanism is also there. As of now, this is a blank data, but yes, definitely, if I'm going to put some transactions, automatically we can get these things. Payable option is there, GST dashboard is there, maker checker concept. So whatever approval are pending, so we can get all the approval on the same dashboard. This feature is related to the auditors. So from this feature, we can, or your auditor can audit your books of account. This is the customer and vendors footprints. So if you want to get the analysis, where exactly is the customer, of our organization is, where exactly is the reach of our customer. So we can also get this analysis from here itself. Apart from this, on the left side, there are multiple modules like sales module, purchase module, finance, inventory, point of sale, production, CRM, asset, employee, and reporting part. So this was just an overview about the dashboard and the quick reporting structure in terms of banking, receivable, sales analysis, purchase analysis, and all. So now let me just move to the company setup and configuration so that how we can start AlignBooks in quick way. So this was the setting options. So under here we have a multiple tabs like configurations, masters, and bulk actions. So let me just focus on the configuration. So this is the company setup. So once I will click on the company setup, so these are the information which we need to capture. So for an example, this is my name is appearing here. So instead of my name, it should be a organization name. So for an example, General Trading Company. This is my organization name. If you want to print the same name on the invoice, so definitely you need to copy the name as a print name. Otherwise, sometime what is happening, you want to print specific brand name on your invoice copy. So yes, your company name can be XYZ or brand name can be. So like my organization name is Align Info Solution Private Limited, but our product and brand is Align Books. So yes, my company name will be Align Info Solution, but print name can be Align Books. Here we can choose the logo. If logo is available into the system, so yes, you can choose the logo. So let me just choose this logo. We can also put the address of the organization. We can also choose the state. City, yes, state is already available, but yes, for city, we need to create a city. By clicking of add option, we can create a new city. So this is the way where we can create a new city. According to the pin code, so for an example, my pin code is 15, so I can put the 15. My mobile number is appearing, so if I want to change this mobile number, so I can change the email ID also. We can also set a print address if the organization address or print address is different, so we can also use this thing. I can also capture the website address. I can also put the Facebook name. I can also put Skype name, Twitter, LinkedIn, and statutory. So from here itself, we can capture the PAN number of the organization. We can also capture the TAN number. We can also put the company identification number, and we can also put the GSTI number. We can also capture the establishment code. We can also put ESI number, PF number, who is authorized person in this organization. Import export code we can also capture. E-way bill user ID and password we can capture, because AlignBooks is also offering you that you can directly generate a e-way bill and e-invoicing from the software itself. And even we are also having a facility, we can directly submit the GST and GST report to the portal. So this is the reason we are capturing here e-way bill and user ID and password. So if you are putting the e-way bill and GST username, so automatically you can generate your e-invoicing or e-way bill, or you can file your GST R1 and 3B. You can also capture you are registered or you are into the composition scheme. So I am registered customer. So yes, this option we can capture, like if we are we are into the e-invoicing. So definitely approve voucher if voucher is approved, then we can generate a invoicing. So if we are going to enable this option, so only approved voucher can be generated as a invoicing. Marketplace URL we can capture. Drug license number for pharmaceutical business. If you have a pharmaceutical business, so definitely you need to capture the drug license number. Apart from the medical or pharmaceutical business, if you have any other license like FSSI number or any other thing, so this can be a caption. So for example, FSSI uh, caption, and I can put my license number. And if your turnover is less than 5 cr, so this option also you can use. Now you can save this. So now system is giving me an alert like GST number should be 15 character. So now it is 15 character. So now my company setup is completed. Now you can see on top left side, this is my company code and general trading company is appearing here. Now I'm moving to the general setup. So as we are aware about this thing, like AlignBooks is having a multi-currency feature, multi-location feature. So if I want to enable multi-currency feature, so I can also enable. If I have a multiple location option, so I can also enable this feature. And this feature is belongs to while we are exporting the report. So at that moment, we don't require a currency symbol. So if I'm going to on this feature, so automatically while we are exporting the data into the Excel sheet, so system will not give you the currency into the export format. This is a business type. So here multiple business types are there: books and stationery, electronics. So I have chosen, while I have created the registration or free trial. So at that moment I have chosen the trading vision. This is the reason it is coming trading. But yes, maybe at that moment you have chosen wrong business type. So from here itself you can change. Then this is the book start date, tax applicable, GST, VAT or not applicable, because in Align Books we are supporting GST for India, VAT for other countries like GCC countries or Nepal country and Bangladesh and other countries. So definitely this application can work in overseas also. But yes, I'm running this application in India. So yes, for GST, by default it is coming GST. But yes, if you want, you can change it here also. But in some cases, some customer don't want GST billing just for the personal accounting they required. So either they can use not applicable. So if we are choosing not applicable, so in this case, system will not going to ask you the GST and taxation and HSN thing. This is the manage document history. Few more configurations are there, but only mandatory thing I have taken above. These are the few more thing, like because in Align Books we have a web WhatsApp integration also, like business WhatsApp and normal WhatsApp also we can integrate. So yes, if we are capturing the URL of WhatsApp and we can put the username and password, so automatically we can configure these things. Now I'm moving to the sales setup. So if I'm talking about the sales setup, so yes, this is the customer label. During the sales invoice, if you required a logistic detail, so yes, you can enable. Credit control, if you required, you can on. Document classification during the transaction, if you want to classify your transaction, so document classification will help you out. Salesman wise billing, some cases salesman is not required, but yes, some cases salesman is required. But wherever the salesman is required, so in this case there are two provision: either salesman on item level, salesman on document level. So what is the significance of document level and item level? Basically, for an example, if I'm selling one goods, so in one bill there are multiple products are there. So if I'm just choosing document level, so only one salesperson I can choose in one sales invoice. But yes, if I'm choosing item level, so in one sale invoice, if you are selling multiple products, so definitely you can choose or you can tag multiple salesperson on product wise. So as of now I'm choosing document level. Agent wise billing, if you also want to track a agent wise billing, so you can also enable. So along with the salesman, you can also get the agent wise billing also, agent also. While you are making an invoice, so at that moment tax would be inclusive or exclusive. So according to your business, you can choose either inclusive or exclusive. So for an example, if I'm making a if I'm choosing inclusive, and if I'm putting a sale rate 100 rupees, so by default system will calculate inclusive, so taxable amount and tax amount would be a part of 100. But yes, if I'm choosing exclusive, so definitely 100 plus tax. So if the product value is 100 and tax we have charged 18%, so bill value would be 118 rupees. Document base means during the transaction we can decide either I am selling this goods on inclusive or exclusive. Sales stock posting on invoice, packing list, or first document. So basically in AlignBooks, we are having a complete workflow of sales. So this is the reason sometimes some customer is having a requirement, they want to post the stock on challan or dispatch. Sometime they want to make invoice and then they want to reduce the stock. So both options are available with us. But in such cases, we are also getting some queries like, sir, whenever we are sometime we are making dispatch, sometime we are making sales invoice. So whatever first document would be, so for example, if you have made first dispatch, so automatically your stock will be reduced. Against the dispatch, if you are making a sales invoice, so at that moment your stock is not going to be impact because you have chosen on first document. So now your parent document is dispatch. So this is the reason stock has moved to the stock has reduced to on dispatch or packing list. But in second case, I have not made any dispatch. Directly I am making a sales invoice without the parent document. So automatically my stock will reduce. So this feature will help for those people who is having this type of business scenario. Same thing is related to the sales return, stock posting. So when you want to post the stock on challan or first document or sales return. Sales rate based markup, this is also one feature, like while we are making a purchase entry, so definitely at that moment we can set up a sale rate or we can set up a purchase markup also. Rate category wise, this feature belongs to while we are making a sales invoice, so at that moment sales rate category we can choose on document. Input billing charge on dispatch, multiple MRP, sale rate based on parent company. This is the advanced feature which we are covering into the next video. This is also one unique feature if you want to show the last purchase rate in sales. So yes, if you are enabling, so yes, you can also see. If you are choosing both, so it means B2B sales and point of sale both. Both module you will get a purchase price. So last sale rate, B2B promotion, suggested and similar item. So basically, sometime what is happening, it depends on domain to domain or vertical to vertical. If a suggested item or similar item will help you out, for an example, if I'm going to buy something from a shopkeeper, but in this case, that particular stock or particular product is not available. But yes, sometime they are also suggesting like instead of this product, you can take this one. So how that particular user will identify because they have a multiple products, multiple line items. So with the help of this suggested item during the item creation, we can also tag if this product is not available. So we can suggest this product to the customer so that we can increase our sales. Now these are the sales custom field. As per the customer need, we can enable or disable the sales custom fields. Customer custom field is also there. This is the POS customer custom field. This is the most important part. The above was related to the that particular on a specific module on a specific transaction. If the relevant details is unable we are unable to capture, so this is the reason we have given the customization option. This is called UDFs, user defined fields. So as per the user convenient, they can enable these extra fields on a specific document also. Now I'm moving to the billing setup item level. Now miscellaneous 1, 2 and 3. So this is the feature where we can put the discount or we can add additional charges on a specific product. So with the help of these calculative field, we can. So this is the caption like discount, tax behavior before tax or after tax. Either we want to calculate on fixed amount or percentage. How we want to calculate on a basic level, basic value, running total, on a quantity, pack quantity, taxable or grand pack quantity. So according to your requirement, you can choose it. Posting GL. So for an example, this is the discount. So if I want to put this amount on a specific ledger, so that also we can capture. So here we can choose discount, trade discount. Either it can be a trade discount or either it can be a either discount receipt or discount payable. Now, what is the nature of this miscellaneous? So definitely it is a discount. So the nature would be deduction. If there is a freight charges or any additional charges, so the nature would be additional. Floating. Now you can use this caption or now you can use this field as per your convenient. Either you can add or either you can reduce the amount. So these three miscellaneous we are getting on item level. Same thing is related to the billing setup document level. So whenever we are talking about the document level, so this was related to the on each line item we can add or remove the discounts or additional charges. Now this is on the document. So for an example, in a one bill there are 5 line items, and on all products I want to give discount of 100 rupees or 10% or 5%. So these are the miscellaneous, three miscellaneous we are also getting on document level. Now if I'm going to save, so now this configuration will automatically save of my sales. Now I'm moving to the purchase setup. Purchase setup is also same as sales setup, but yes, it will come onto the purchase module. Earlier, sales setup will come onto the sales module. So these are the basics: logistic information required or not, document classification agent is required or not, same related to the tax rates, custom fields for related to the UDFs, billing setup. Earlier it was sales. It will come onto the purchase. Now we can also save this thing. Now I'm moving to the inventory part. In inventory, definitely as per the business need, we can configure. As we are aware, we can use this application into the multiple sector like pharmaceutical, and electronics, garment business. So depending on the business need, we can configure the inventory. This is the most important part. So under item, first setup is item stock unit option. In AlignBooks, we have a 3 unit provision. So for an example, stock unit, this option will help you out. Only 1 unit we want to track. Stock pack unit means 2 unit. Stock pack and G pack unit 3 unit. So for an example, I bought a 1 packet of pencil. So in 1 packet, 10 number of pencils are available. But yes, I bought a 1 carton also. So in one carton, 50 box are there, and each box is having a 10 pencils. So it means 50 into 10 into 1. So these type of combination we can also capture. And sometime we are selling the goods on pieces wise, sometime packet wise, and sometime box wise. So this feature will help us out regarding for this. If we have a warehouse requirement, so yes, we can also enable the warehouse. Same relevant to the salesman wise, like salesman we have given item wise and document wise. So warehouse also is available. Either it can be a document level or it can be a line level. Document classification, extra document category if you want to track during the inventory, so we can also manage. Barcode scan lookup means if we have a trading business and we want to scan the product barcode wise, so we can also use this thing. Minimum stock level, if you want to track that number of products are available, are going below minimum level. If you want to track those things, so we can also enable this thing. How we want to track the stock valuation method, either FIFO, LIFO or weighted average. FIFO means first in, first out. LIFO means last in, first out. And weighted average means weighted average. Now I'm moving to the another part which is related to the duplicate item based. So if we are creating a new products, so what would be the coding configuration? Either we want to generate a auto numeric system generated code, or we want to generate a group based code, or we want to put a manual number of each product, so that also we can manage. This is the duplicate item based. Duplicate means how you want to stop the particular product while you are creating, if it is a duplicate on name, barcode or item group wise or name wise, or not required. How you want to select the product during the transaction, group level or product level. If you want to put the extra description during the sales or purchase, so you will get one more pop-up, and if you want you can off this option also. AlignBooks is also having a sub item provision, so if you want to track group, item and sub item wise, so that also is available with us. Common for all item wise or not applicable. Delivery date in sales and purchase order. So for an example, if I'm getting one order, or if I'm giving one purchase order to anyone, any vendor, so at that moment what would be the delivery time? So it would be a order base or line item base. So for example, I place a 10 quantity order, 10 different product. So vendor has suggested like we will provide you 6 item on this date and rest 4 on this date. So with the help of this feature, we can manage this thing. Apart from this, allow negative stock. So yes, allow negative is not allowed in ERP, but yes, sometimes some configuration, some user required. So without having a stock, if you want to manage this thing, but yes, remember this thing, if you have a rights, then you can do this configuration, otherwise you cannot. Maintain gross tear weight. If you want to manage the gross and tear weight, so you can also manage. Free quantity applicable. So sometimes if you want to track if you want to give the free quantity during the sales invoice, so with the help of that feature we can manage. Or else vice versa, if we are purchasing something and we got some free quantity, so we will get one more option during the transaction, either sales or purchase. Rate unit applicable. So as I already mentioned on above, if we are using multiple unit like stock versus pack or pack versus G pack unit, so how we want to put the rate, either box wise, piece wise or packet wise. So this option will help you out. So if you are enabling this option, then system during the transaction system will ask that rate which you have put it, how you want to calculate, via quantity wise, stock wise or G pack wise. Item rate decimal. So how many decimals you required? So in India or in base currency, in Indian currency, definitely the decimal may be not relevant. But yes, sometime we are importing some product from overseas. So at that moment, dollar rate or dollar conversion is required a multiple decimal system. So yes, according to that requirement, we can configure. Majorly, it is used in import and export business. Rate based on product wise or sub item wise. As I already mentioned, like we have a multiple hierarchy where we can create a group, product and sub item. So how we want to maintain the rate, item wise or sub item wise. So sub item is nothing, sub item is a product property. So we can also capture the rate sub item wise. Rate preference. What would be the rate preference if we are transferring the goods from one location to another location? So either it would be on stock valuation or sale rate base. This allow unit change on document. This is configuration. If you don't want to allow the unit change option. So for an example, I have created one inventory. It is coming in box, but during the transaction, some user has made the invoice into the pieces. So by default, my inventory will be mismatched. So this is the reason we have given this option, allowed or not allowed. Treat dispatch as a challan and not an invoice. So yes, this option is also we can manage. Show bundle detail at the time of billing. This feature is related to the bundle product where we have a multiple product combination and we are selling in single quantity. These are the few more additional feature which is related to the production. Now I'm moving to the inventory document custom fields. Again, during the inventory, if you want user defined field, additional field, so yes, you can enable. During the item creation, if you want to enable the item master custom field, yes, it is available. And if you also want to modify during the transaction, or you want some amendment, or you want to put a new entry, so that option is also available. So this caption, if you are selecting ask in doc also, so system will give you one pop-up at the time of transaction also that yes, you can change. This is the most important part, item extended property. Batch wise inventory, if you are going to enable this option, so system is going to ask you the batch number or expiry date during the master creation or transaction. So check batch expiry in sales allowed. Definitely, uh, if my product is expired, so we don't need to allow that expired product to be sold. So this feature will help you out for this, for stopping that wrong transaction. These are the batch detail with attributes. Means while we are creating a batch, so what all our information we need to capture? Either manufacturer name, manufacturer date, expiry date, MRP, retail rate, wholesale rate, dealer rate, remarks or scheme or barcode. So if you are going to choose all, so you can also choose. Or else if you all only require expiry date and manufacturing date, so only two thing also you can manage. How you want to capture the manufacturing expiry date? Month and year only or date, month and year? So according to your requirement, you can enable or disable. So right now I'm disabling this option. Now I'm moving to the item serial number. Now this is for another business. So now you are, maybe you are a mobile distributor or you have an electronic shop. So in this case, you required a serial number, lot number or item property. So now with the help of this feature, we can also enable the serial number. So now whenever we are creating a transaction or masters, so at that moment system is going to ask either this product belongs to serial number, and if you have enabled that serial number, so at the time of transaction system will going to ask you serial wise inward and outward both. Now these are the few more advanced feature. Serial input as a normal or range base. Serial generation based on, you want to generate a serial manually or auto. What would be the serial generation digit? So if it is a auto, so for example 6-digit serial number you want to generate, so that also we can enable. During the inward outward, you want to check the serial balance. So with the help of that feature, duplicacy you can stop. Serial IME wise sale rate based on MRP. This option you can use for generating a IMEI wise sale rate or MRP. Check duplicate serial number. How many fields you required? Because as we are aware, nowadays in every mobile there are two IMEI number are there. So depending on the requirement, you can enable or disable. Either you required a one serial number, two serial number, or three serial number. And accordingly, you can change the caption also. Use line level FMCG product. This was related to the serial number. Now I'm also disabling this option. Now third option is FMCG. While we are receiving a FMCG product, so at that moment we want to generate a new barcode. So if I'm going to enable this option, so automatically new barcode will be generated. What would be the mechanism? Line level or other thing. Now I'm moving to the this option. Input item document detail attribute. This is related to the garment feature. This is a garment business where we have a multiple color, size, and brand of activity. So how you want to generate a barcode detail or how you want to capture the information of product property. So here we have an option of line level wise, wise, barcode multi in single out means during the inward we can select multiple, but during the out we can select only one line item. Multiple for single line. Matrix barcode multi in or multi out. So barcode multi in multi out means during the invert we have a option we can capture multiple product information, product property, and same thing is related to the outward also. Now I'm moving to the another business which is related to the item dimension details. Basically these feature maybe is helpful for carpenters, manufacturing of furniture, manufacturing of mirror, manufacturing of almirah, so manufacturing of plywood, manufacturing of sheet. So there we can use this option, item dimension. So if I'm going to enable this option, so what all are the dimension we require? Length, width, height, or numbers. So we can also enable or disable this option. This is for the reporting perspective, material requisition planning. This is the configuration part. This feature will help you out for planning. So let me just brief you about this sales consideration days. So what is the significance? What is the purpose? The purpose of sales consideration days is system will consider the last 30 days sale, and according to the previous sale, system will give me a report that for upcoming 15 days we require this much quantity product wise. So with the help of this thing we can easily manage or we can easily capture these things, like on the past basis sale, for future we required this much product so that my sales will not reduce, my sales will increase. Sub item wise stock checking, manage brand wise product. So yes, if you also want to track or manage your product brand wise, so with the help of that feature we can manage it. Manage pick and pack. This is a unique feature which is related to the manage pick and pack. So basically this will help you out. For an example, in pharmaceutical business or any other business also we can manage it. For an example, I am taking a sugar medicine every month. Now, for sugar medicine or any disease medicine, there are multiple quantity are required. So in this case, system will give you one option that we can create a pick and pack to the specific customer, or it can be a generic. So for example, I visited to the pharmaceutical shop and I asked, I want a BP medicine for 30 days. So what shopkeeper will do? Shopkeeper will choose my name and automatically he will pick the particular pack which he has created earlier, pp sugar, bp medicine. So automatically if I'm going to put 30, that particular user will automatically capture those information, and he can make the sales invoice. This is a weighing scale configuration. So yes, we have an integration with weighing scale also. So with the help of these feature, we can configure or we can address. This is the item document attribute. This is the fixed asset attribute, item master attribute, sub item attribute. So what is the purpose of these UDFs? That during the transaction, if you want few more additional fields of inventory item, so yes, we can also capture. Now let's move to the uh, another part, because now my basic configuration has been completed. Few more integration is also there, like if you want to integrate your banks, HSBC, Axis and HDFC. We also having a India Mart integration, Razorpay, Amazon, Flipkart, payment gateway of Paytm, Shopify. If you have a web store, Express CDS integration is also there. WhatsApp integration, WooCommerce integration, IVR calling is also available with us. For OMS, we have a direct integration with Easy Ecom. So these are the few more integration which is available with us. Now let me just move, because now I have just completed all the configuration. Now we can start the software. Now for starting the application, first thing was configuration that I have completed. Now we required a masters. So masters would be item masters, like your product master. So for creating a new product, we need to go to the item master and we can click on the item master, inventory and item master. On right side, there are multiple options are there. If you want to download the pre-configured product as per the business need, like auto, FMCG, pharma, so we can also download the master. If we want to create a new item master manually, so yes, we can click on the create item. Here multiple types are there. If you want to track the inventory item, we can choose it inventory. If you don't want to manage the inventory, we can choose non-inventory. Service, yes, in service definitely inventory is not required. So we can say service and non-inventory are same. Then I'm moving to the bundle product. So if I'm talking about the bundle product, so bundle can be a combination of multiple inventory product. So let me just show you that how we can create a new item. So I'm just going to click a inventory. So I'm just putting a product name. So for an example, I'm just putting a plastic bottle. This is my product. Under group, we can create a multiple groups. So I'm just putting a plastic. Now I don't require more groups. So now I can choose it default. If I want to put a description of group, we can also put the description. Item property, we can define it here. Either this is a finished product, consumable, raw material, packing material, scrap. Depending on the requirement, we can choose this product type. Right now I'm choosing finished product. This is the stock unit. So stock unit can be a number, species, kgs, meter. So plastic bottle will always come in numbers. This is the most important part, GST classification. So GST classification means from here itself we can create a HSN number. So for an example, I'm just putting 85730. This is my HSN code, and description I can put plastic, but it is not mandatory. If you want, you can do it. Here I'm just choosing the product tax rate. So 18% GST is there. And if I'm purchasing this product in 5% and selling in 18%, so we can change the purchase tax code also. Otherwise, we don't need to put any additional thing. Cess, if it is applicable, but cess is only applicable in coal and other business, but in plastic it is not available. It is not required. How you want to calculate the cess, on amount, on quantity, or fixed amount, or on MRP. Tax below threshold, and what would be the threshold limit. So this feature is related to the garment business or other business where if we are selling the product and where the product value is below 1000, so automatically system will calculate 5% tax. And if the same product is going above 1000, so system will calculate 12% tax. So this feature will help you out, but right now I'm not choosing here. And one more important thing, this is the effective date. Effective date means earlier maybe the same product where the GST was applicable 12%, but after some time it is become 18%. So yes, you can choose the effective date from. So after 30th, the rate would be 18% or 12% or 5% or 40 28%. So this will help you out. Before 30th, it will be calculate 18%. After 30th, it will be calculate 28%. So we can also manage this thing. So right now I'm just putting single date, then single rate of tax and save. So this is the way where we can manage this thing. And we can also define a minimum level on group, because this is a group setup. Yes, individual also we can capture, but yes, during the group creation, if we want to put those information, so automatically it will be applicable. If I'm just choosing this group, so automatically under this group, whatever product we have created, all product is having a same GST classification, and the stock unit will remain same, and minimum level will remain same also. If there are rate factor we want to put, item type is regular, drug type, so whatever information we want to capture, we can capture. So according to my configuration, if I have configured batch number, so I'm just going to enable the batch number, batch wise rate. If this product is belong to serial number or IMEI number, so we can enable this option, item dimension. And this feature is CVSS, because AlignBooks is also having or providing us customer vendor self services where your customer can place the order by themselves also. So if you don't want to show these product category to them, so that also you can manage. Now I'm saving this group. I can also capture the category. So whatever data we are capturing here, it will help us in reporting. Same thing is if I want to put a brand, so yes, I can also capture the brand. Yes, for this specific brand, if you want to tag a salesperson, so that also we can capture. If predefined barcode is there, you can also capture. If sub item is applicable, GST classification automatically came. On right side, you can see MRP option is there. Minimum price is also available. Sales rate, wholesale rate, dealer rate, rate factor, discount and brand discount. What is the purpose of these things? So minimum price means MRP, we are aware about this thing. Like for example, 1000 is the MRP. And I don't want to sell this product below 700. My sale price would be 850. I can also capture the wholesale rate. I can also capture the dealer rate. And on a specific product, if I want to put any discount, we can also put discount. Or if we want to put a brand discount, we can also. How discount and brand discount is coming? Because during the company configuration, item level option, there was two options, discount and brand discount. So if we have enabled that option, so automatically that option will appear during the master creation. And as I have already given you the explanation about the suggested item. So if I'm going to enable the suggested item option, so automatically all while we are creating this product, and if this product is not available, so what would be my suggested item? So we can also capture. These are the product information, like purchase information. What would be my purchase rate? What would be my discount and discount amount? This discount and discount amount is coming during from the purchase setup. These are the item extended property if the product is belongs to uh, earlier I have shown you that thing from the group level. If I have enabled that thing in group, so automatically whatever product was coming under that group, so automatically that configuration will apply on every product. But sometime in a specific group we have a multiple type of product, either batch wise or non batch product. So yes, we can use that feature in this way also. Few more additional feature: item is garment, lot. These are the configuration where we can manage these things. Minimum level, maximum level, we can put it. What is the purchase warranty, sales warranty, weighing scale, rack bin, item set template, and whatever UDF that we have enabled. So that UDF we can capture here also. So this was just a brief of item master creation. But yes, if I'm talking about into the single manner, that for creating one product, what would be the process? So now this product is coming here. If I want to create a new more product, I need to just click here. So I can choose it, water bottle 1 liter. Now it is coming under plastic. So automatically all the information we are capturing, it is belong to the Kinley GST classification. If I want, I can put the MRP, sale rate and all. Otherwise we can leave it blank or we can directly save. So in simple way we can create an item master. And yes, along with this, we are also having a facility, because single product creation is very difficult for any user. So this is the reason we have given the option of import. So if we can import sample format is also available, we can just download the item master format from the same window, and accordingly we can put the basic information, the relevant information into the Excel sheet, and the same Excel sheet we can import in bulk also. So this was the process which is related to the master creation. Now, after master creation, maybe uh, we can directly purchase the product, or we have a opening quantity of these product. So what we need to do now, I need to move to the this option. So these are the opening transaction. So if I want to put a opening stock, so I need to just click here, opening stock. So whatever product we have created here, so all product master will appear. What we can do, we can put the quantity, 500 quantity and 600 quantity. What is the sale rate, means what is the valuation rate of these product? So for example, 6 rupee of this product, 7 rupee of this product. So total value of these product, quantity is 700 and value is 7200 rupees, and I can save. Now this stock will automatically will become my opening stock in my inventory. Now apart from this, if I want to make a purchase from a vendor, so what we need to do, here we have an option of vendor procurement purchase. Under purchase we have an option of vendor creation. We can create a multiple price list, we can generate a requisition, we can generate a purchase order, we can generate a GRN, means goods receipt note, and then we can make a final purchase bill also. So for an example, without a purchase order, I want to book a purchase bill. Now for making a purchase bill, we required a vendor. So how we can create a vendor? So once I will click on the vendor, this form will come. I can click create vendor. If you have a GST number, you can put the GST number of the vendor. If you are going to click fetch info, automatically all information will capture. If you have entered the correct GST number, it will fetch from the GST portal. And if you don't want to do in this way, if you want to create in normal process, so for an example, I'm just putting Pankaj Enterprises. If I have a GST number, I can capture the GST number. How we are going to buy the product, inclusive or exclusive? Is this a vendor is registered or not? So we can also capture those information, and if it is not registered, so we can just choose it unregistered. Otherwise, we need to put the GST number. Composition scheme, UIN SEZ. UIN SEZ means special economic zone. If we are buying this a specific product from this vendor and it is belongs to the special economic zone, so we can also export house, overseas party. So overseas party means if this party belongs to the other country, so that also we can capture. So as of now, I'm just choosing as unregistered. We can also capture the billing information, shipping information, the basic information of their social profile, what would be the payment terms. We can also capture the price category. We can also tag the agent or broker on a specific vendor. We can also tag the transporter. We can also set a credit limit, maximum days, banking details, contact detail, because sometime what is happening on a specific vendor, there are multiple team is there. One is the accounts team, one is the finance team, one is the salesperson. So we can also capture his name, phone number, email ID, and designation. And if we are getting any specific document like GST certificate or any certificate, so we can capture those information by selecting the document. Same thing I can save. Now my vendor is created. Again, the same process is related to the bulk import also. So AlignBooks is also having a facility for importing a vendor master in bulk also. So same thing, you can just click here, you can just download the format and accordingly you can import the vendor. Now after creating a vendor, what would be the process? Either we can directly purchase invoice or else we can put a opening outstanding of this vendor. How we can put the opening outstanding of this vendor? Same. This form, opening financial or opening outstanding bill wise. So both options we have. If you want to put a ad hoc amount or on account amount as a opening, so you can use opening financial or else you can use opening outstanding bill. So what we need to do, you need just need to create a new record. You can select the vendor. You can put the bill number of that particular vendor. We can also select the date, due date, debit or credit. Either you have given an advance amount to him or maybe there is a outstanding or liability in your books of account. Who is the agent? So you can also capture the agent also. And here also we have an option of import provision. Same thing, you can just download the format. In bulk, you can import the vendor details also. Now I'm directly making one purchase bill. So for an example, let me just start with the purchase bill. So while I'm just creating a purchase bill, so this will be a purchase invoice form, purchase bill form. So on top, you can see there are multiple GST type is there. So by default, it is coming GST tax invoice. If we are purchasing a goods from overseas, so we can choose import. In this case, we can also enable the multi-currency option. So if I'm going to enable the multi-currency, automatically system is going to ask in which currency you are buying the product. Reverse charge mechanism is also available. Bill of supply compounding, bill of supply unregistered, bill of supply exempted, bill of supply non-rated, bill of supply non-GST or branch transfer. So these are the few GST type. So according to the if you are choosing the these type of GST, so accordingly you can your report will generate automatically. Either you are buying the product on credit or cash. So credit or cash, whatever you have chosen. Now you can choose the vendor name, or else if you want to create a new vendor by clicking of add option, the same form will appear here. So I am choosing Pankaj Enterprises. This is the date. Here we can, this is a system generated invoice number. Here we can capture the supplier bill number. It is a mandatory thing. So I'm just putting T0025. I can also capture the supplier invoice date. Agent, if I want, I can create a new agent also. So for example, Karan is the agent. And if there is a commission is also involved for this agent, so we can set a commission rate also, like 2% on a specific quantity on a specific amount also, on a bill amount or taxable amount. So if I'm just choosing 2% and choosing current, so automatically whatever invoices we are entering into the system or we are purchasing from the vendor, by default on a bill value 2% commission Karan will get. On right side there is the option of payment terms. So what would be the payment terms? So we can create a new payment terms, for example 30 days. This is a fixed days, so we can fix the days like 30. So automatically my due date will become 30 days. So now today is 18th of March, 18th of April 2025. So now my due date will automatically become 18th of May. From here itself we can choose the product. So plastic bottle I have chosen. Why this panel is open? Because I have chosen the separate print description. So this is the reason it is appearing. If I don't want this panel, so again we can go to the company setup and we can disable this option. Now here we can put the quantity, 200 quantity. What would be the rate? 7 rupees. So automatically system will calculate this thing. Same thing if I want to add more products, water bottle, okay, quantity 600, 6.5. So automatically now you can see I don't need to choose it tax rate and anything manually. Automatically system has picked. Now see, this is the item value, this is the taxable and this is the tax amount. If I'm getting any discount, so for example 10% discount I'm getting, this is a document level. So on 5300 10% discount we have got. Same thing is related to the item level also. So for example on 5% discount also I got in this product. So 70 rupees discount I got on this product also. So I can choose either on document level or on bill level also. Few more things are also available, like these are the logistic information. If a specific product has been dispatched from a specific company or shipping company or any LR number, any document number, so that also we can capture it here. These information, custom duty, CHA, this is belongs to the import purchase. Means if we are purchasing from overseas, so at that moment we need to put some custom duty, CHA, freight, insurance, handling charges, document charges, bank charges, custom expenses, loading, unloading charges, or any specific other charges. So if we are capturing those information, so it will not impact the bill amount, but yes, it will impact, this cost will be loaded on a specific product, on specific product which we have purchased from the vendors. So now one more important thing, so if I want to uh, uh, attach specific document here, so I can also attach a specific document, otherwise I can save. So now see, ledger not exist in database 600. So why it is? Because the amount which we have, which we are putting here 600 rupees, this much. So automatically the reason behind it, because while I have just made this company setup in company configuration, so at that moment we have not selected the ledger. See, so if I'm just putting the discount ledger here, discount received, this is one of the unique thing. Save. So now if you are getting this type of error, so again you need to visit to the company setup and you can just put the ledger and automatically system will solve this problem. Now a few more thing is there. If you want to open the previous transaction, you can click open. Yes. Now from this window we can open the transaction. If you want to delete this transaction, depending on the rights, so you can also delete. If you want, you can copy this transaction, you can cancel this transaction, and if it is cancelled you can restore also. Few more thing is also there. Here we have option of calculator, help, configuration. So these are the general configuration. So from this window we can configure the parent document, we can configure the rate engine, we can also configure the numbering series, We can also configure the notification. We can also enable the approval or maker checker concept from the same window. So for an example, in general, in detail, we have a configuration detail video, but yes, I'm just going to give you the bit brief. So for example, if I'm just choosing the parent document as a purchase order, so automatically while one if we have created a purchase order, so against the purchase order we can pull the purchase invoice. So from here itself we can create a workflow. So either we can create a workflow for sales, we can create a workflow for purchase, we can create a workflow for other transactions also. Do not allow quantity more than parent document. So what is the purpose? This will help you out. So for example, if you have raised the purchase order of 10 quantity and you want to receive a 12 quantity, so system will not allow, because in PO the quantity is 10 only. So depending on the user rights and responsibility, you can configure and you can control. Pull document option. So this will help you out for scanning product. Auto expiry days of parent document, because for an example, I have created a purchase order and the purchase order due date is 15. And if the purchase order is expired, so now you cannot receive as a GRN or you cannot enter the purchase bill, because you have a workflow. You have a workflow of purchase requisition, purchase order, GRN, purchase bill. So if that particular previous transaction has been expired, so you cannot enter the transaction. Rate preference, how you want to pull the rate on a party category wise or a MRP wise or the parent document wise. Skip location filter if you have a multiple location feature. So you can also skip the location. So it means you have a two locations and location 1 has raised one PO and location 2 has raised second PO, either to the same vendor or either to the different vendor. So if you want to take a inward of second location also at your location, so with the help of that feature you can manage it. Parent document party or sub party, because the line books is also having a sub party concept, so that we can also manage it from this form. Allowed product type. So what is the purpose? So for an example, if I am a manufacturer and we always buying a product only raw material and we are selling a finished product, so in this case I don't want to get confused to my user, because if I have created all product into the ERP, either semi finished, raw material, scrap and each and everything, so during the transaction we will get the list of values, all the products value, but I only want to show in this window only raw material products. So if I'm just choosing this option, so only that specific product or type will appear here. Validate unique reference number. So yes, obviously supplier number cannot be duplicate, because if we have entered a purchase earlier and again by mistake if we are entering data into the system as a duplicacy, so system will not allow to you. Then item list option, like if the product is having a balance, then product need to be listed into the LOV. So this will help you or not in this option. So this is related to the general setting. Same thing is related to the numeric configuration. Notification, yes, you can configure your email, SMS, WhatsApp, or you can also enable or disable the approval concept. So in Align Books, we have a one level, two level approval, and if you want, you can create a workflow also. So now I have saved one purchase bill. Now let me show you few reports. Few reports related to the stock and what is the vendor ledger is showing. So for an example, if I want to see the so under stock trial, report under stock trial, these are the two products where the opening quantity I have entered 500 and 600 and received 200 and 600. So total closing would be 700 and 1200. So as of now, I have a 700 plastic bottle and water bottle 1 liter 1200 quantity. So these are the stock is available with us. Same thing is related to the vendor outstanding because I have bought a product on credit. So if I want to see the vendor report, so this is the vendor outstanding. So Pankaj Enterprises, this is my liability. This much amount I need to pay to this vendor. Same thing is related to the, if I want to see the trial balance, so I can click on the trial balance. So here, this is my assets, this is my opening, and these are the purchases which we have entered here. At any point of view, if you want to drill down these particular specific ledger, so you can also drill down to the transaction also. So this is the basic understanding that how we can create a product master, how we can enter the opening, how we can create a vendor, how we can enter their opening bill wise, and how we can enter the purchase invoice. And if purchase has been entered, what all are the additional things we can do, how we can configure the workflow also. Now I'm moving to the sales part. So same thing is related to the sales part. This is the complete order to cash mechanism where we can create a customers, we can create a price list, we can generate an estimate, we can create a sales order, we can make a dispatch entry, sales return, sales invoice, credit note, debit note, sales return, sales credit note, sales debit note, sales return, payment receipt. So these are the multiple things which is available with us. Check return entry is also available. Update logistic. So for example, you have made one invoice. Now you want to update the logistics here. So you can also manage targets, target allocation. We can set a target to the employee. We can set a target to the salesman. We can set a target to the customer. We can set a target to a specific price category also. Bulk dispatch invoice is also there. Collection is also there. E-commerce mechanism is also there. So let me just give you the brief that let me just give one sales order to in a specific customer, and accordingly I can show you that how we can pull that particular order into the invoice. So again, in sales also we have a multiple GST types like tax invoice. We are selling goods in India. Export bonded means we are selling a goods to overseas. But yes, in this case I have given a letter of undertaking to the government, so that government has given me a option that we can Pankaj like this Pankaj Enterprises or general trading company can make a invoices without GST. Export non bonded means if I have not given a letter of undertaking, in this case, first I need to pay the provisional the GST to the government, then I can claim it back. Then e-commerce supply, if I'm selling a goods on Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Mintra, or any other platform. Bill of supply, if I'm in composition scheme. Branch transfer means if I'm just transferring the goods from one location to another location. So let me just create a tax invoice. Customer, by default we are providing one cash customer, but yes, again if you want to create a new customer, so yes, you can. Shubham Enterprises I have created. One more thing I want to highlight here: customer common for sale purchase. Sometime what is happening in some customer is having a requirement, I am also selling and I'm also buying from the same customer. So in this case they need to create a two ledgers, but in line books we are having a facility. If you are enabling this option, so now this customer can become your creditor also. Means this will come, means in this case you need to create only one ledger and automatically you can buy or you can sell from the single ledger. We can also capture for few more information: firm status, territory, customer category, contact person, GST number, unregistered, inclusive, exclusive, whatever information we want. So all basic information we can capture. We can also set a payment term, we can also set a salesman, we can also set a agent, we can also set a category credit limit and credit days also. So these are the information we can also give. And one more unique thing, because AlignBooks is also having a customer and vendor services. So if I'm just going to enable this option, so his email ID will become a his user ID and password whatever. So it means you are also giving one login to your customer so that your customer can place the order, your customer can check the ledgers and each and everything. So for an example, I have saved this Shubham Enterprises as an unregistered customer. Now here we can choose the agent. So maybe the agent can be a Karan also, and we can also create a salesman, sales executive. We can set a commission also on amount on a specific bill or whatever information we want. So now I have just selected this is the price category, but I have not created any price category. This is the reason price category is coming default. Payment terms. So the payment terms which I have created earlier. So the same payment terms we can choose it here also. Bill to ship to provision is also available. So either customer billing address is different and shipping address is different. We can also capture those information. Ship to means if customer is having a multiple shipping address and always you are not aware like where exactly. So here you can also create a shipping address list also so that you can just select this time you are sending a goods at this place or warehouse or to directly to the shop. So that sort of mechanism is also available with us. Same configuration is also available like general parent document we can generate numbering series notification approval concept is there. So as I am generating a first invoice, so first order, so order number is coming 1. But yes, if you want to create your own number, so under numbering instead of auto you can select manually. So now you have a flexibility, you can put your own number. So now my order number is 98520. Again, if you want to add some prefix, so yes, you can enable the prefix, auto or manual. So if you are putting manual, so you can put the default prefix also. So either SO is your default prefix. So once you are just choosing the this configuration, now see SO is my prefix and now number is there. So if I want, I can put the whatever number. So once the first order will save automatically, next number will come 8651. If I want to put any specific reference number, any category, we can choose, or else we can just select the product, quantity, and rate. Automatically it is appearing. I can choose the second product also. I can put the quantity. Rate is not appearing because I have not selected the rate. So this is the reason. Now I'm choosing 60. Now my order, this is my sales order generated. Now see, this is the company logo is appearing because at the time of company configuration, I have settled this thing. GST number automatically, my company name, address, customer detail, deliver, reference number, reference date, agent, whatever information we have captured, all information is appearing. And if you want to put some terms and condition, some specification, so here is the configuration. You can put some header remarks, you can put some footer remarks, you can put terms and condition, you can put your bank details, account number, branch, RTGS, IFSC code, beneficiary name, default format, whatever format, these are the few formats are available. And if you want to check like what all are the formats are available, so you can just use this option and you can, so for example, you want to set this sales order as a default. So now you can just click here. Now this will become your default sales order format. So this is the process where you can manage how many copies you want to take a printout. One, two, you want to print this document on letterhead. Skip print format selection, print document attach image, skip signature section. So whatever thing that you want, you can configure or you can save it. Again, if you want to open the transaction, open, yes, okay, delete, cancel, copy. Again, if the user is having a rights, then he or she can modify or delete that specific transaction. Otherwise, no one can do this thing. Now this is the sales order I have generated. Now if you want to see how many sales orders are available, so what we need to do, we need to go to the report, all reports. If I'm just going to the all reports, so we have a one section, customer and linkage report. So here we can see order versus invoice. So I have created one order and still it is pending for invoice. So that also we can capture it here. If I'm just going to click on the filter, so we can also see like all pending, clear, or whatever transaction is required. Item wise, customer wise, territory wise, group wise, product wise, sub item wise. So whatever information we required, we can manage these things. Now I'm moving to the invoice. Now against the order, I want to make a sales invoice. Again, I need to visit to the configuration. Let me just give you, this is the parent document. As of now, it is predefined configured like I'm making a sales invoice against the order. If it is an estimate, so what is happening here? Here it is coming pull from estimate. But don't want to pull it from estimate because my workflow is order then invoice, sales invoice. So now I have just chosen sales order. I can choose customer name, pull from order. So whatever orders I have generated to this customer, so all pending orders will come here. So now see, for example, I have chosen both product, and if I want, I can put some quantity also. For example, part and partial also. I can take a partial quantity also. I can take a full quantity also. So right now I'm just taking a full quantity. So I have taken this thing. Now see, rate is not appearing. Why rate is not appearing? Because during the order I have just added 7 rupees or 8 rupees or 60 rupees at the in order quantity, in order value. But in invoice, why it is not appearing? The reason behind it, because in configuration, this is the rate engine. So instead of rate engine, it should be a parent document. So if I'm just choosing the parent document, now again, if I'm just going to close this window and I'm moving to the sales invoice, again I'm choosing the customer, pull from order, select all, okay. Now quantity is also coming along with the rate. This was the reason I have created two product. In one product, I have entered the rate, and in second product, I have not entered the rate. I have only entered the rate in transaction. Now, nothing we need to do any additional, nothing we need to do any additional part. Same thing is related to that. If I want, I can put some terms and condition, whatever thing that we want, bank details and each and everything, or any default format we want to set, or what all are the formats are available with us. So we can also see the formats. These are the few formats are available. Lots of formats are there. I can just click on the print option. Now my transaction will save, and automatically all the, now from here itself we can just select the document and we can take a printout also. This is the simplest and easiest way for making one sales invoice along with the workflow. So now again, if you want to open the transaction the same way, yes, open, double click, cancel, delete, and whatever thing that you want. The most important part, if you have configured the e-way bill and e-invoicing concept, because this is a B2C invoices, but yes, if it is a B2B invoice, so from here itself, if you have configured your e-way bill and if you have configured your e-invoicing, so from the single window, we can generate a e-way bill or e-invoicing. And once we will create a e-invoicing or e-way bill, So automatically my invoice will generate and QR code will automatically print, and IRN and acknowledgement number also. So this is the way where we can generate a sales invoice. Apart from this, now few reports are also there. Under all reports, like customer trial, vendor trial option is also there. So now this is the customer outstanding which you need to collect to the from the customer. If you want to drill down, just double click here and you can get the complete reporting. If you want to close, you can just click here and refresh. All data will be automatically refreshed. So now your dashboard is ready. Now you can see the sales analysis, the purchase analysis, your receivables, your payables, your current status of cash in bank, because I have not received any amount and I have not entered the opening balances. So for an example, you want to add a new chart of account. So you need to go to the finance, or you want to add a new bank account or cash account. So under finance, chart of account, already pre-configured chart of account is also available. But yes, if you want to add a new chart of account like HDFC Bank, now this is coming under cash or cash equivalent, and this is the bank type. Also we can capture the account number, IFSC, the basic information of this bank. And again, if I want to put a opening, so again I need to go to the opening financial. Here I can search is HDFC Bank. I can put the amount 6 lakh rupees is in my bank account. Save. So now I have entered the opening financial. Now for an example, if I want to make a payment to any vendor, so I can go to the purchase and bill payment. Pankaj Enterprises, how I am paying the SDFC. So in SDFC, I have a balance of 6 lakh, and for Pankaj Enterprises, I need to pay 5,546. So for an example, I'm just paying 4,500. And if I'm just going to click here adjust now, so automatically this amount would be adjusted. And if there is a cash discount, I can put the cash discount. If there is a TDS and other things, so we can also deduct the TDS. This is the way where we can generate a bill payment. Same thing is related to the payment receipt also, but in this case, now again I need to go to the sales, then payment receipt. Here I can choose the customer. Here you can see the customer balance is appearing. Now again you are getting amount in HDFC Bank. For example, 90,000 you have received, and you can also use this auto adjust option. So now this is the bill amount and outstanding amount, and 90,000 you have received from this customer. If there's a discount, TDS, if particular customer has detected, you can manage, or you can just click on the print, or you can just click on the save option. Automatically your receipt will be generated and you can send to the vendor also, to the customer also. Now if you are going to see your complete trial balance, balance sheet and each and everything, so now here you can see this is your liability, this is your asset, your bank balance, each and everything you can get it from here itself. Again, if you want to see more reports, you want to see the bank book, so you can choose it bank book here. Okay, so now here you can see this was the opening, this amount you have paid to the vendor, this much you have received from the customer. So total balance of this bank is 6,85,500 rupees. Now for an example, you want to make salaries, you want to make some expenses, some other thing. So under finance, we have option of receipt and payment voucher. So here you can choose the ledger. So for an example, bank commission and charges, any entry which you want to make the payment. So now here you can choose the HDFC Bank. So what exactly they have charged? So 600 rupees maybe they have charged. So now here you don't need to choose debit and credit. So by default bank commission charges and debit, HDFC will automatically credit. Now you can save. Again you are, if you want to make the you want to see the bank book. So now you can see the each and everything. Now bank commission and charges automatically. Apart from this, like all reporting, multiple reports, you can see multiple analysis there. Now you can see the balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow, fund flow, bank reconciliation statement, primary book, day book, cash book, bank book, each and everything you can get it. You want to see the ledgers, general ledger, sub ledger, sale report, sale invoice register, purchase register, inventory movement report. If you want to see the stock valuation report, so that also you can get it from here itself. Now, apart from this, if you want to see the GST returns, GSTR1, GSTR3B, GSTR4, 9, 9A, ITC 04, this is for 2A and 2B reconciliation, POS customer, and each and everything you can get it from the single window. And one more thing which is related to this, if you want, you can see the reporting as per your requirement. And if you want to configure, for an example, this is the complete bank book is coming, but you don't want those columns. So what you can do, you can just create a new view as per your requirement. So now I'm copying from the old view and I'm creating my view. So I don't want contra ledger, I don't want check number, I don't want clearing date, beneficiary date, bank reference. These information I don't require. So whatever things we don't require, we can remove. Only relevant column we can capture. We can set the column heading, we can set the group heading, we can change the sequence, we can change the width, we can set a total, we can set a grouping, we can sorting, we can manage the sorting. Wrapping provision is also there. So for example, if I'm saving this report, so now I have created a new view which is related to the my view. So now see, in this report only few thing is coming: SDFC bank, date, voucher number, particulars, debit, credit, and balance. But in this report, all relevant data is coming, default data is coming. So apart from this, few more configuration is there, which is related to the masters, bulk action, and all. And most important part, if you required any assistance, any help, so yes, you can generate a ticket. You can directly call to the support team. You can check the help videos. You can also check the FAQs, feedback, contact, or how to start, or legal, privacy, security, each and everything you can get it from the same software. Thank you.